Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan. If you have not been here before, thank you so much for coming. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys all about how I create my custom elements for my logo designs. So welcome to another episode of Wine and Design. Alright you guys, I am sipping on an older wine. I actually talked about this one almost a month ago. It's a Chardonnay that I had just in my fridge. So it's been a while since I've had this one. I just kind of want to get rid of it so I can start to get some really fun fall wines in my pantry and everything. So next week I'll be having some new fun wines. I think I'm going to go to Trader Joe's and just kind of stock up on some really fun ones. They have amazing wines and like organic ones for a really good price. So definitely check out Trader Joe's for wines if you have one where you live. But yeah, enough with wines. Welcome back to my channel. Like I said in the intro, I'm going to be talking to you about my custom elements for logo designs. So here's some examples of what I'm talking about so you can kind of understand what I'm going to get into. This is an actual client logo that I'm working on. They came back to me with some revisions and they specifically asked for some elements to see with it. They didn't really give me a huge thing that they wanted or that they like needed on the element. They just kind of want me to have fun with it and be creative. I'm going to be drawing on my iPad. I'm going to screen record and I'll walk you guys through what I'm doing. I was filming a little bit yesterday, so you'll see some of my walking through video is a little bit different looking, but I'm going to finish that up today. And I hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know if you guys have questions and I'll talk to you guys about the tools I'm using and everything. So let's get into the video. All right, okay, so I'm gonna go to Procreate and I use the Apple Pencil. I used to have a knockoff Apple Pencil from like Amazon, but I'm not gonna lie, I really do think that this is worth the investment. It's so nice because like as soon as you touch the iPad page on Procreate, it automatically draws. It's like the Bluetooth connectivity to it is just like very, very spot on. I'm sure there's a word for it. I just don't know what the word is, but I love that part of it. So I definitely recommend it. So what I'm gonna do, let me make sure it's recording. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to open up a new document, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it the size of, let's see, I'm gonna do this size because that seems like big enough where it'll be good enough quality and everything. So what I'm gonna be working on today is I designed a logo for a client, but they want to see some sort of element involved in the logo so that if they ever just want to use the element, people will know that it's their brand and everything. So I'm going to be working on that. I don't really know what I'm going to do for it yet. I kind of have a few ideas. So I'm going to work on those few ideas with you guys and show you how I make the custom elements for logos. So it's a candle company, or a bath and body and candle company. So I'm going to do something that really represents like peacefulness and like, I don't know, you know what I mean. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start and I'll walk you guys through what exactly it is I'm doing, the pens I use and everything. So have a new layer open. I always typically use the studio pen, and then I wanna make sure I have my ink in black, and then I can kind of play with the thickness of the pen, and then this plays with opacity. So some of the other pens I like to use are, I've used technical pen. I don't ever really use fine tip. I also have used gel. And then when I'm doing like drawings and stuff, I will use more of like the painting, all that kind of stuff. But for these types of things, I'm gonna just be using the studio pen. So I'm gonna start off with drawing this idea I had. So what I have to do is I'm gonna draw a circle. Basically, you can draw a circle, it doesn't have to be perfect. Hold it there, and then it makes it perfect for you. So it's one of my favorite little tricks on Procreate to make shapes really seamless. It might not be a perfect circle, but that's okay. We can always fix that later. And then I did save a couple things that I think I'm going to trace a little bit. So I'm going to bring this in the circle, and I'm going to trace the drop because I want it to look like a flame. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of like play with it. It's not going to be this exact thing, but just to give me the shape of, oops, the drop. So I have a new layer open. I'm like paranoid on that I'm drawing on the wrong layer, so I'm always checking that to make sure. And then you can also, if you want to see your drawing a little bit better, you can make the image underneath it opaque. And what you do is you take your 2 fingers and you just tap that layer, bring down the opacity, and there you go. So now I'm gonna draw this drop and try and make it perfect. Let me redo it. And I'll show you guys how to make your lines even more smooth because that's not gonna work. So basically I'm gonna click into the pen and I'm gonna bring my streamline up all the way. The streamline is what makes your pen really, really seamless and kind of almost like magnetic in a way. All right, cool. So that is good for now. I can always touch it up later in like Photoshop, which I do quite often because sometimes it's hard to freehand perfectly draw it. So yeah, so now I'm going to kind of pull up some of my inspiration images on my desktop to look and see what it is I want to do for this. So I think I'm just gonna really play around with the drop here. So I'm gonna do another drop in the middle of it. So I'm gonna take that same layer and make it smaller. Like I said, guys, this is like just off the cusp. I don't know what exactly it is I'm creating, but I'm hoping that this kind of turns into something really cool. So make a new layer. Pretty sure I already did that, but we're gonna do the same thing. There. And the Apple Pencil, it definitely tells like your pressure. So if you were to put a heavy pressure, I'll just give you an example. Like if I did a heavy pressure like that, like this is me barely touching the screen. This is me like really touching the screen. So it goes off of your pressure. And I think that's important to note just because, checking it's recording, just because like if you're pressing down really hard, the width is going to be different on like every layer. So make sure you're doing the same kind of pressure for all of them. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play around with like, I'm kind of looking at some inspiration. So I think what I'm going to do is, oops, I'm going to bring this layer up towards this one. I'm actually going to group them just so I can like keep track of it. So, oh, yep, I merged them, and let me delete this. I'm gonna make it a little bigger. Like that. And now we can kind of play with it a little more. Okay, so I'm gonna do a circle in the middle of it. I'm just gonna have fun with this, guys, and like go with whatever I think is gonna look kind of cool. All right, let's play around with like maybe another circle. Sometimes the circles have to be redone to get them like kind of perfect. All right, now, don't like that. Let's see, I'm gonna do one a little bigger. Nope, nope, that's That's why I always like to do them on different layers so that I could have moved it around if I needed to. Alright, see, now I want to move this to get it aligned like that. Alright, so now I'm just gonna go with it and like have fun with it. So let's do that. Okay, now that I have that, I'm going to sort of play around with I'm going to actually add some lines here. Alright, now let's play around with the outer circle of it. So I'm actually going to take this circle and we're going to duplicate it. So copy, and then you can go over here, paste, and there you go. So it's pretty clear to me now that this isn't a perfect circle, or else it'd be aligning like very nicely. Okay, that's good enough for now. So now I'm gonna play with just some like ideas of like the outside here. I'm gonna do a couple different things. So the first one I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna do some lines. Okay, so that's one option for the element. Now if I were to remove that, I have another idea of doing like dot work, or even making, I'm gonna combine these two. I'm gonna make these a little smaller. So let's see if we can do maybe something like, I really do love dot work, so let's try that. Basically that's just when you like go crazy like this. I don't think that's going to work for their brand though, so I'm going to now hide these layers, and I'm going to start a new concept. I'm just going for it, and I'm just going to try a bunch of things and decide from there what it is I like. So I actually emailed her a little bit earlier to ask if there was any sort of these sort of elements or like flowers or leaves or something that is special to their family or something like that, so I can include that in the element. That's a great way to kind of get started with it. So she actually did get back to me and she gave me quite a few different ideas. So I wish there was a different name for this type of plant, but they like the pussy willows, which is a really beautiful plant actually, and I think that might go really well for their branding. So I'm going to start with that, but they also said that they like roses and tulips. So I might try and do, I don't know how I feel about a rose in a logo like that, but I'm gonna play around with the things they sent me just so we can give a lot of different options for it. So yeah, let's get that going. And I will start recording my screen now so you guys can see what I'm doing. I already saved the photo that I'm gonna start to trace onto my camera roll. So what I'm gonna do is you go over here to the little wrench, insert a photo. Didn't save, oh, here we go. Insert this photo here. So we're gonna basically trace this, and I'm gonna make it like line art so it's not identical to that. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna trace. I have the same pen settings that I talked about before, so I'm gonna let the video roll of me tracing.
Vitamins and history books, psychology and a different way to look at it all. 'Cause my perspective is broken. If suffering's a way to earn your keep, I better start putting miles on my feet. But I'm so tired of wandering. Yeah, I'm lost, but I'm living. Yeah, I'm lost. Can I be forgiven? I thought by now pain would be my friend. I know that discomfort was a means to an end, but I'm lying in a warm bed. No, I'm lost, but I'm living. Cannot be forgiven. Claustrophobic and comfortable, I smother myself in what I know. I'm claustrophobic and comfortable, I smother myself in what I know. Yeah, I'm lost, but I'm living. No, I'm lost. Can I be forgiven? I know I'm close. just like an angel setting me free. Where are you now? Do you feel safe? I don't need an answer, just need some space. Don't let me darken your front door. That is not what I came here for. Do you still carry all that weight? Don't need an answer, just need a debate. Don't stop before it's over. The weight is off your shoulder. Everything we fear will go away. You said it's a promise. I said that I doubt that. I'm your only reason to stay. Darkness has robbed me of my sight. Hold on to what I.
Alright, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope it was helpful. I know that custom elements on logos can sometimes be a little bit difficult to come up with or to really like draw out hand drawn, because although being a graphic designer means you're an artist, sometimes it's hard to like hand draw it. So it takes a little bit of practice. Don't be too hard on yourself if it's hard at first. I'm still not perfect, but I know that it's actually gives the brand a new touch if it's not perfect and if it looks a little bit, I guess boutique is the good word for it. So don't be too hard on yourself. Keep trying, keep practicing, and maybe just draw on your own time for fun, and look into investing into Procreate. It's a really awesome app. I absolutely love it. It's super fun. So thank you guys so much for watching. Happy fall, everybody. I'm so excited it's fall. I had some really awesome ideas for like a fall series. I was thinking maybe of doing like the whole month of October, talk about WordPress. Let me know if you guys would be interested in something like that. I can definitely get it started up like next week as soon as October hits. But let me know. I went back and forth about it. I'm not the best with like a schedule right now because I am super busy and swamped. It's like a really busy season for me, but I would love to do that, and it'd be kind of fun to show you guys some of the things I'm working on, especially if it's all like WordPress, because I know WordPress can be a little bit tricky. But let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you do enjoy my videos, and I will see you guys in the next one.